right, welcome back to the show. It is Thursday, and we are now all of a sudden jammed in here as we get back to play. Dan Scott, Forrest Stulting, Doug Allison, and Doug Allison offspring in the house.
Yeah, this is little Keegan Gray Allison right here.
Hello, Keegan. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Got to pull the microphone and hold it up.
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 13.
You had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah. I'm about to turn 14.
Oh, okay. Cool. And you play soccer where?
For United FC, locally. So.
And you're out of school this week?
Yes, sir.
So you come over here and you're hanging out with the big boys trying to show them what to do?
Yeah.
I got you. It's pretty nice to be able to bring your son along with
It
you
is.
every once in a while, isn't it?
Bring your son to work day, and he's showing the kids how to play this morning in practice. It was good. They've got fall break, so it's good. He's a little left winger for his little club, so it's good. He's a big soccer junkie, so you can ask him plenty of trivia questions today.
Nah, you leave him with us too long, we'll get him started down the path to baseball.
Oh,
There you go.
we're out.
You had such a look of disgust on your face.
Such a fast sport.
Come on now. Anyway, how you doing?
Doing good, thank you. Doing good.
Nice
beautiful
win this week.
Yeah, a couple of wins always makes the atmosphere a little bit better. 2 long bus rides home from VMI and from Mercer. I think we got back almost 3 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the guys had tests and classes and stuff. So, but long trip home. But it's a lot easier to come home with 2 wins.
You know, as the season is regular season is winding down. I mean, it seems like it just started. And I know that with the conference tournament looming, the idea, no matter the sport, really, is to be playing your best when the conference tournament gets here. You were in a little bit of a lull. You had some circumstances involved there. Where is this team right now as far as getting to your best with the tournament looming?
Well, the main thing was we were competing. I think we were playing really well in the games, but we just a couple of breaks here and there. And soccer's a cruel sport, but we hadn't been scored on in conference play when we had 11 guys on the field. So we got to keep 11 guys on the field. That's the number one thing.
That would seem to be a basic fundamental of the game.
We're trying to. So that was one thing. Eliminate some mistakes, and then capitalize on other people's mistakes. So we're playing a lot more positive soccer right now. And starting with the VMI game, we started playing more guys up front and playing a lot more positive, a lot higher, eliminating some of the stuff that goes on in the middle. And we play well in the middle. It was just that all that nice soccer that goes in doesn't produce some results sometimes. And so you have to be able to adjust in conference where it's a lot more physical, and we play more in their box and get numbers in their box, and then we've got more chance of scoring. And hopefully they can make mistakes too. So that was the philosophy, and it carried on VMI. We got 5 goals, and then we scored a goal. Cole scored a really nice goal after 3 minutes at Mercer, and then Danny scored a terrific free kick to win the game. So it was good, and we had a lot more chances as well. So that's what we're trained for this morning, to go forward quickly, get guys in the box, and let's see if we can get some more goals.
So having said all that, do you feel like you're starting to gear back up to playing your best soccer once the tournament gets here?
I hope so. You never know with this game, but I hope so. The guys have been very, very positive through every winning or losing, been very positive, and the captains of leading us really well. Kevin and Kyle are doing a great job and always seem to lead us in positive of play. But I hope so. We've got 3 games left in regular season. The homecoming game on Saturday, and then Wofford and Greensboro after that. But everything comes down to the conference tournament after that.
Danny Kearth, he's got 2 game-winning goals on the year. Can you talk about him and how big he's come up for your Paladins this year?
Yeah, the first one was against Denver, was a huge goal. He's clutching overtime, So the left-footed curling shot, then that free kick was Premier League free kick. It was really well done. And every game has been basically a 1-goal game that way, and to come out on top of those games is huge. But he's a great player. He's got a lot of skill. we try and get him the ball as much as we can. People know about him. Obviously, they're marketing him, but he's very elusive. He's very elusive, but he's got that little bit of skill, and his temperature doesn't rise around the box, and he's able to put the ball in the back of the net. And you really have to have players like that on the field in clutch moments.
What's the old saying or the old quote that the ability to keep your head while those about you are losing theirs is one of the keys to success?
That's a good point, Dan. I mean, in the box is an important thing.
I make one every now and again.
Yeah, it's good that you know this game so well, Dan. I'm so impressed sometimes with your knowledge and your ability to throw other stuff into soccer. It's crazy. Keegan has no idea what's going on with you right now, but
I've been married 28 years and my wife doesn't either. Keegan, don't worry about it.
Dan just loves his sports, and he tries to think everything goes into soccer as well. There's some terms that don't go, but Forrest and I just tolerate that every week.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do.
I'm
Push it
able,
under the rug.
I'm able to speak in generalities when it comes to certain things apply to all sports or apply to life. I mean, I would never ever sit here, joking aside, and pretend to be an expert in something that I'm not. I know that surprises a lot of people, but
Fool me, Dan.
Yeah. Well, sitting next to you, I'm an expert in everything.
That's true. That is true.
That's beautiful.
But anyway, why don't you talk soccer?
Yeah, so you have 3 games left against ETSU at home and UNC Greensboro, so you can kind of control your own destiny against teams at the top of the table right now, and both those games are at home. So talk about that.
Well, it was the same with Mercer. If to get 3 points there was important because then we became level with them and actually have beaten them head to head. So now we go ahead of them in the table. So ETSU's on top at the moment. So if we can knock them down, it would be good. Home games are good. I mean, the student support is important for us. Getting and then the Greensboro game's a senior night, so there'll be a lot of parents there as well. So and Wofford's a local game. So three pretty tough games left. These conference games aren't easy, but I think we could compete with anyone in there, and then kind of adjust and then jockey for position for the conference tournament.
See, here's one of the general questions that applies, but it's very applicable to your team right now. The fact that you've been better on the road than you have been at Stone Stadium, which will come into play not only in these last few games you have on the schedule, but the fact that the tournament is here at Stone Stadium.
Yeah, and we've got to earn our right to get into the tournament. So I don't want to have the tournament going on and us hosting it and being a really nice host and not being playing. So you've got to get there. So the next few games hopefully are at home, and it would be nice to finish off showing the students that this team is a really, really good team, good leadership, hard-working team, and getting that student support again. And they can come out and get their scarves, because a lot of people were after their scarves.
There you go.
They ran out, and I think Alex and Ben made some more scarves for us for this game. And then I think they're giving away Clint Dempsey jerseys the following week.
Are they really?
Yep,
Wow.
for the Greensboro game. That's just for you guys to know.
Okay.
So
Don't tell
Don't
anybody.
tell
else.
anybody.
Don't tell anybody else. Right. Well, maybe I'll see if I can get one for Alex, and you guys can get one to give away or something.
That'd be
and
cool.
see if Alex and
Yeah.
Ben can do that and part with one. But you like one of those?
Yeah.
You've met Clint, haven't you?
Yep.
What do you think about Clint? Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, he's really cool.
See, we're not talking about Clint Hill now. We're talking about Clint Dempsey, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Clint Hill's a cool guy too?
Yeah.
As cool as Clint Dempsey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's high praise
I
right
like
there.
that.
Huh?
Yeah, he's a smart man.
Can't play favorites of Clint's.
You were lucky. You actually got to see Clint play at Fulham.
Oh, wow.
And sat in the Craven Cottage, which is a listed building, and that's why they built the stadium around the cottage on the Thames. It's a beautiful soccer stadium, and Callum and Keegan got to sit there with Clint's family and watch Clint play at Fulham. And he was actually on the front cover of the Game Day magazine that day, so it was really a cool thing. And he was wearing his Furman shirt, and we were actually on the tube on the way to Fulham, and this Londoner stopped and goes, "Hey mate, you spelled Fulham wrong. It's an L in it." And he goes, "No, it's Furman. And my dad coached Clint." So he said it's Fulham, and it's Furman and Fulham. So it was kind of weird that they were very close names, but it was a good experience, wasn't it? And then he got to hang out with Clint after the game.
Can I impress you with my knowledge of England?
Yeah.
The Thames is a river, right?
Wow.
And it's also hang on.
Okay, all right.
It's also the television network that the Benny Hill show was on.
That's right, yeah. Thames Television. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I'm impressed, Dan. Forrest's going to have to start competing.
I know. My goodness, that house over my head there.
Keegan,
He has no idea who Benny Hill is.
No.
Keegan loves the English TV, don't you? It's fun watching the football over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the immediate with East Tennessee State here on Saturday at 7:00.
Yeah, we tied them at their place 0-0 a couple of weeks ago at their homecoming. Actually, we played on a Friday night after they shot off the fireworks during our warm up. But then after, I mean, Bo O'Shaughnessy's a great coach. Got a lot of respect for him. They always have a really tough team, and those games are good. The East Tennessee State really likes to play, and it's always a really good tactical game. They've got very good players, a lot of foreign players. And we've tied the last 3 games actually, home and away, and so be good to get a result against them. They're undefeated in the conference right now, so to get a win against them would put us, I think, 1 point behind them in the standings. So they're a very well coached, good team.
Some goal scorers this year. You still have Lawrence White atop the table with 6 goals, and Connor Hubbard, and then Danny Kearth with 2, and then a few other guys with 4, 3, and 2. Is it good to have those guys keep on spreading around a little bit?
Yeah, I think so, because you don't know where the goals are coming from. I have no idea. I mean, it's nice that different guys are scoring. You know, Josiah got a couple, 2 goals and 2 assists against VMI. You know, Cole had a nice goal, as I said, and Danny came back up with a goal. So, and Lawrence got a couple against VMI as well. So, it's very hard to mark all those guys. You know, Ibicon got his first goal against VMI. So. They are sharing it around a lot more, which is good. So I don't mind anyone scoring for us. So the more the merrier. But you know, Lawrence from midfield has got 6. A couple of them being penalty kicks, but
3, I believe, right?
Yeah, 3 in one game actually,
Yeah.
which is unusual. So yeah, we are spreading that around. But one of the most important things is our defense and shutting teams out and keeping that. If you notice, you know, a lot of the games have been zeros.
Yes.
I think Mercer was one of the first teams to score on us in a while.
Since UNC Greensboro, when you had 10 men.
Yeah, and Wofford 10 men. So
Yeah.
So no one, like I said to Dan earlier, has scored on us with when we've had 11 men. So that's a priority. Defense is the number one thing, and then obviously playing a lot more positive in the second half of the season.
This is Doug Allison, by the way, the Furman men's soccer coach, and this is son Keegan, who is not skipping school. He's on fall break, so we don't want you don't want anybody, you know, hey, what's this kid doing here? You have, in talking about playing with 10 men, you've done it twice now, and you've mentioned both times that college soccer polices itself either really well or really harshly.
Yeah.
Do they do a good job at it? And I don't want to get you in trouble by criticizing officials, but in general terms, are they doing what they should do when it comes to how they officiate in police soccer?
There's a couple of different fouls, different red cards. I mean, there's flagrant fouls, which are people are going after people. That's a bit different than a handball in the box. And so I think a handball in the box is more of a tactical thing or something that's hit someone's arm. And so being a man down for one game is one thing, but then for them to suspend them for the next game is pretty tough. I think someone having a physical tackle that's going after someone is a bit harsher, should possibly be policed more and lead to a suspension. But we have everything as suspension. Then it's a year of a window of, if they get another red card, they have to miss 2 games. It doubles. So the conference actually polices itself more than the NCAA.
I was going to ask you, this is a conference rule as opposed to an NCAA rule.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Interesting. Very interesting. All that aside, as you said, when you have all 11, things have gone really well from a defensive stand. And still, despite all that, you're giving up less than a goal a game.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we're 9-4-2. I mean, we're doing pretty well. It's just that we had a bit of a lull in the middle, and a couple of tough games. In South Carolina's a tough game. Greensboro's away is a tough game, but it's, you know, we're hopefully back on track. We've won 2 in a row, and hopefully we can get one at a time into the conference tournament. But you know, we started off winning the first 8. You know, preseason and the first 6 regular season, and flying high. And then, I mean, it's going to catch up to you a little bit. I mean, because soccer's that kind of game. But to win all those games, I mean, 9-4-2 isn't a bad place. We'd rather be maybe 10-3-2 or that. But one game at a time. We're still very much in the hunt for everything right now.
How do you feel like your kids individually and collectively have handled the adversity?
I love they've been very positive. They know that they've been in every game. We've even played teams and lost a game. So tactically, we've had to change things up. It's okay to be in the games and dominate a game, but if we're losing, I've got to change things, and that's up to me as a coach. I'm not going to just let that happen again and again. So we've changed a couple of things, and it's led to a couple of results because the kids are into it. They're accepting it, the different roles for different players, and there's a competition between the forwards now. If you're scoring, you're staying, and it leads to a very, very healthy competition. And I didn't want to just keep tying 0-0 or dominating a game and score. I mean, having 20 shots on goal, 20 shots to 5 maybe, and losing 1-0. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
We've got to do something different and put the ball in the back of the net. So I think getting more people forward is the way to do it.
Well, we will encourage people to come out on Saturday for the return match with ETSU, and then Tuesday it's at Wofford, and then back here a week from Saturday for the regular season finale with Greensboro. So as you said earlier, 2 of the games at home, all 3 are local, so Furman fans have a chance to come out and make a difference at all 3 of these games.
Yep. Love the students. The support from the students has been brilliant this year, as it always is. And then the local community, and like the United FC came out one night, and Zesa came out one night, and just having the Quinn game, there was good support for that. But senior night is a big one too. Homecoming should hopefully take care of itself. I mean, hopefully the football team wins their 4th in a row or 5th in a row. 5th in a row.
Fifth, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy, and it's a big rivalry between Bobby Lamb and Clay Hendricks. So hopefully we'll get on top of Mercer and then win our 5th in a row. Then the happy fans will come over to Stone Stadium and join in.
The other Stone Stadium.
The other Stone, just Stone's throw away apparently. So we'll try and we'll see if we can get a couple of wins again. It's been a couple of good weekends for. We all took care of EMI last week. Now we got to take care of homecoming games.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. And as we let you go, we referenced teams and Benny Hill. I'm sure you recognize this.
Do you used to do the Benny Hill dance?
No, but we should get up and somebody should be chasing.
Yeah. There's all that. That was the black and white days. That was some good humor.
Yep.
That was some good humor.
I gotta say, I love British humor. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's the most.
Won't you get some?
It's the most sarcastic humor. My mom has quick wit, doesn't she? Yeah, and he practices it too. He has a lot of puns, a lot of play on words, and it's pretty tough in our house. It's like a sitcom in our house back in England. Isn't it?
All right, tell me before we go. Tell me about your team, Keegan.
We're all right. We're not the best, but we're getting better every time we play, and developing more as a team, and just like getting to know each other better, and just really like working a lot harder than we did at the beginning of the season, and like just like I don't know, just getting better, I guess.
Well, and Dad, if you're getting better every time out, you're making progress,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and these guys train hard. Tell them about your training routine. You came to track camp this summer with the coaches, Furman coaches, and tell them how good that was for you.
That was really good. Lots of running in the cross country camp, and it's hard, but it's good for you.
Yeah, you're young, you can handle it.
Yep.
He trains hard every day, don't he?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. That's how you become a winner.
And his middle name is Gray, named after who?
Ray Griffin.
That's right.
Very nice. Doug, as always, pleasure
Thanks,
to
Dan.
see you, pal.
Appreciate it.
Keegan, thank you for coming and joining us. This is the Dan Scott Show. Thanks to Doug, Allison, and Keegan for joining us as they do every week. We'll take a break and come back and get into Forest 3 things on the other side. Don't go away. We'll return in just a moment.